Get that fucking headset on, and then we can start this awful podcast.
Already started again, as always.
Element of surprise is the best thing. Why have you shaved your beard off? He shaved his beard off, ladies and gentlemen. It's horrendous.
It is what it is.
He's done exactly what I did months ago, and it's just
Feels good. Looks shit. Feels good.
Let the chin breathe.
Yeah, let it breathe for a bit, man. I've gone full circle, haven't I think this time last year I was about to go on holiday, and I was bald with a big beard.
Yeah.
And now I've got a full head of hair and no beard.
That's great, isn't it? It's fantastic.
I say full head of hair.
Yeah.
There's
hair there.
I went to the barber's yesterday, and I showed him a picture. I was like, "Can I have this, please?" Or something similar. And he pulled my hairline back, and he went, "No."
That is cruel.
I swear on my life. He was like, "Nah, we can't do that." He was like, he pointed out. He was like, "Look." I was like, "Yeah, I know that."
He was pointing at your hairlines, going, "Look, this is no good."
Yeah, he's like,
I can't work with this.
Look at them massive holes.
That is a violation. And he went, No. No.
You can't have that, mate.
Flick to the over 40s. You can have something like this.
I was just like, well, just do your best. And this is what you come up with.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
It is what it is. I'm holiday ready, so I'm Gucci.
When do you go away?
Monday.
I'm
going to work first.
Yeah, you're squeezing in a shift.
Squeezing in a shift at work. Got to wait till my daughter finishes school first anyway, so...
Oh, yeah, fair play.
Otherwise I should be sitting around all day playing computer games, which isn't bad.
And then you're back Thursday? Friday. You think you're going to make it?
Depends what time we get back.
This is indeed the way.
This is the way.
Okay. So, we've had an exciting week, but before we jump into that, I'm more excited to find out what it is that you keep fucking talking about but not saying anything about and just sending me memes for.
I haven't sent you memes.
You have?
What have I sent you?
You said that you'd done something and then just didn't tell me.
Oh, it's classified.
Yeah. What is it? Was it the beard?
No. What have you done?
No. Because mine might overshadow whatever you've done.
Probably will overshadow it.
So do yours first.
I bought the collector's edition for Starfield.
There's a collector's edition already?
Yeah.
How much? What'd you get with that? That's cool because I was thinking about doing that. What'd you get with that?
A case.
Yeah.
Like a steel case. The game, which is a fucking rarity.
Yeah, which is of no use to me because I'm playing it on PC.
Well, yeah, it's not the game. It's digital.
Get a digital code.
Digital code. I'll tell you what you get. Hold on.
Go on.
Fill the space.
Just fill this space. I didn't realise that they did it because I was thinking about it after the showcase that it would be quite cool if they did a collector's edition, but I just hadn't seen anything of it yet. So if I can still get hold of that, what do you know? I know you can't speak at the moment, but the price would obviously be a big thing. Do you get that from Game, I would imagine? No?
I got it from Game.
Oh, you did?
I got it from Game, and last I checked was yesterday, and it was still available.
Yeah.
All right, so for the collector's, the Constellation edition, it's £249. You get the game.
Yeah. $249 for a collector's edition.
But you got to factor in the fact that the game comes with it. So 70 quid, and that's the game.
Yeah, but it's free on Game Pass.
Yeah, I know, but if you want to play 5 days early, which I do, you have to
it's
pay.
one of them, is it? You get, of course it fucking
You
is.
can play it on Game Pass and pay like 30 quid to play it, to upgrade to like their version that lets you play 5 days early. Regardless, nevertheless, I'd buy it anyway. I love Bethesda games. Game, which is 70 quid, obviously. Shattered Space Story expansion. And if you know anything about Bethesda games, the expansions are massive. So whenever that comes out, it won't be out, for ages, but up to 5 days early access. So it's out on September the 6th, but game shipping it, or it should be at yours on the 1st of September.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Which is when mine says it will arrive. Constellation skin pack, whatever. Starfield digital art book and original soundtrack, whatever. Steelbook display case, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Constellation patch, it's just like a patch.
That's cool.
Starfield Chrono Mark watch and case.
A watch, yeah?
You get a watch with like a proper cool case.
Yeah.
Credit stick with laser etched game code. I don't know what that is.
A credit stick.
So you also get this pre-order bonus, but you get Old Mars skin pack for the laser cutter, deep mining helmet, and deep mining pack.
Nice.
So I can actually show you exactly what it is.
No figures or anything like that, no?
No
well,
figures.
I suppose, what are they going to do? A
Here we
figure
go.
of?
I can show you exactly what it is.
Oh, bing bong.
Right.
What?
I'll play it into the mic whilst you look.
Okay.
Into our game worlds, and we love the opportunity to bring that into the real world with our.
You need a new screen protector.
And for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation
Ooh.
Explorer's watch. This is the watch that you actually get in the game.
Yeah.
This is part of your HUD where it's the compass and then environmental.
Oh, come on.
It connects to your phone to give you notifications and other information, and we've also designed this really cool case that it comes with.
Go on.
It's fun.
Show me the case, you bald prick.
Oh,
look at it, Mum. What the fuck's that?
Totally translates to this.
Look at that.
Inspired by the cases that the astronauts used during the Apollo era to bring
Yeah.
back samples from the moon. It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, use of a Constellation patch, NATO strap, and the overall functionality.
Look at that, Prince Among Men. Look how cool that looks.
In the world, in the Starfield universe.
Come on.
Oh, and hey, take this.
How about you shut up?
Useful out there.
Look at that.
I think it's my first ever collector's edition, you know? I don't think I've ever bought anything like that before.
Mark's pre-order of Mirage is his first collector's edition. That Ragnarok was my first ever collector's edition. That may be my second one. The problem is that I'd want to wear that watch all the time.
But there's no reason why you can't. I just won't because I'm a bitch.
See, I'd wear it for work.
Mine, I probably won't even open that box.
Nah. See, I'd wear it because
Why not?
I wouldn't have any anticipation of selling it.
Yeah, so wear it then.
Oh, see, and what's tempting is that game don't take the money until like just
Well, this
before
is
release
a problem.
as well.
This is a problem for me. This is why it's annoyed me a
It's
little
a
bit.
solution for me.
So what's happened is I don't get me wrong. I haven't got a lot of money. I've got some money. Always make sure that I've got enough money for bills, enough money to pay anything I need, and for the children, they come first and foremost, of course. So anything I buy is with that in mind. That I can
Cannon
afford
fodder.
I can afford it. So I went to buy it, and I was like, it's a lot of money. Like, it feels bad to spend 250 quid.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got PayPal credit. So I was like, fuck it.
So you split it.
So no, I just stuck it on PayPal credit. I was like, 250. You get 4 months, 0 interest. So
Yeah.
whatever. But what I didn't realise was that game don't take payment until like just before it comes.
Yep.
So they haven't took, I can't start paying the credit off, which is what I wanted. I don't want 250 quid to be on my head. So what I've decided to do, I've transferred like 100 quid into my PayPal.
Right.
And then I'm just going to pay it off. I'm just going to put the money into my PayPal. So when it comes out, I'm just going to go, bang, there's the money paid for. So I'm still paying it off, but without actually paying it off, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just because I want it. I like to know the money's there and I ain't got to worry about it.
Oh, God. I could end up with back-to-back collector's editions then because fucking Assassin's Creed's in October.
Yeah.
Sorry, is that hot? Or is that just...
Very fucking hot, man. My eyes, do you see my eyes watering?
Yeah.
Oh, how did you know it burnt me?
Because I could just tell, man. These cups, you can hold them like that. They're insulated so they don't burn you, but they hold the heat in.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're not hot, are they?
No, that's what they're for, but they hold the heat
Fucking,
in.
don't they?
Sorry.
That's all right.
That's good. I might have a look at that then because putting a lot of faith into this game.
Well, I think the only reason it's really tickling your pickle is because of how much No Man's Sky fucking blew your little mind.
Yeah, this is just No Man's Sky with fucking content and
It's exactly that. It's No Man's Sky with content and actual combat.
I've seen people stealing sandwiches, so I kind of want a piece of that.
Did you watch the whole thing? Have you seen all the thing?
I didn't see the whole thing, but I feel like I have just through TikTok because my whole TikTok at the moment is just the showcases. Like everything is all over it.
Some of the things they explain you can do on there are crazy.
The craft, the building system for the ships, the customization, the fact that you can just build whatever the fuck you want. I find that crazy.
And walk around in it.
It's just going to be so cool. Like what happened with Tears of the Kingdom, where people start building crazy shit. You're going to get that and tutorials and all sorts of fucking stuff.
It was like a 45-minute thing with the developers and stuff, and the developers showed that one of them built like a massive transformer that stood up on its legs.
I see it. I see that one. It's cool.
Nuts.
It does look so fucking
good.
good.
One of my favourite things about the whole thing was something quite small, but it was when you're shooting ships in space, you can just blow them up, obviously, or you can board them and finish them off,
and you can steal their ship.
Yeah, and then steal their ship,
keep it forever.
That's the sort of shit you want.
Love that.
If you want to role play as like a space pirate, just going around, just fucking, and you can haul cargo around. When you approach planets, it says like cargo scan initiated.
It would be so good if it was multiplayer.
Yeah, but I don't know. Some things are just better off the way they are because it complicates matters.
True. I mean, there's a lot of people that are very sceptical of it because gameplay trailers aren't really anything to go by nowadays. They're a bit hit and miss. However, having seen a side-by-side of when they delayed it for essentially another year, from how it used to look to how it looks now, is night and day. I feel like Bethesda looked at what happened to CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk and thought, we don't want to do that, so let's just delay it, deal with the hassle, and then make it better than what it already is. And I think that's gone in their favour. But
I think everyone's right to have scepticism considering the way Fallout 76 launched, albeit that's multiplayer game.
Yeah.
And then Redfall, the absolute state of that, even though it wasn't
fucking mess.
Strictly Bethesda. But,
no, but they still had a fucking hand in.
So obviously rightly sceptical. But this is like the reason I'm not that worried is because this is Todd Howard, the creator of all the Fallout, Oblivion, Skyrim, all them. This is his magnum opus. For like, this is what he was talking about back in like 1998 when he was making Morrowind, Daggerfall, and all that. He's always said his ultimate game is to make a space game, open world space game.
Yeah, because this is the first. Is it the first different IP?
25 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
This game's been in development for so long, and they've scrapped it and started from beginning. It just feels like it's got all the best parts, and it's like took in the best part of every game and put it into Starfield. They've got the crafting and the building and all that from Fallout 4.
Yeah, yeah. I know that we spoke a little bit about it before, but I really don't like the fact that it's locked to 30 frames per second. I don't like that. I mean, I won't have an issue because that's not on PC. It's have it wherever the fuck you want on PC. But for PlayStation and Xbox, I feel like, because I watched the interview section where they were talking about it, and they were saying how they wanted to choose fidelity over performance because of how good it looks. They didn't want to sacrifice anything. And I think that is absolutely fine. But give players the option for a performance mode. Don't force them to have fidelity, but if they want performance, let them have it. But I can understand why they're saying, no, we've made this look beautiful, we want to keep it beautiful. But give people the option.
Depends how much development time it takes to make that switch.
Yeah, I've got no idea if that's an easy thing to do or if that's a fucking difficult thing to do.
That's what I mean. Like, I would prefer to play in 60 frames per second and lose fidelity for sure. Because I don't care how resolution. How many
it already looks good. I don't know.
It looks alright. It looks good, and also looks alright in places.
I don't know many games where if you switch them from fidelity to performance, where they like you notice a massive difference. Like, you know what I mean? God of War, for example, it doesn't look shit in performance mode. It still look gorgeous.
The thing is, I think some games deserve a pass, and I think Starfield should be one of them, just because of the sheer amount that's in it. Like God of War is a different beast, you know. God of War,
it's more linear.
It's linear, you know. It's got branching paths, but they all come to an end. Like Starfield's got like the Radiant Quest system, but much more expanded. That was in Skyrim, i.e. I don't know if you know much about the Radiant Quest system, but, you know, items can spawn and create a quest out of it. So it'd have like numbering factors, item, person it belonged to, target, and very rarely you would get the same quest. It's a very clever system, whereas like you could drop an item, or no, say you murder a civilian, then their son could hire a bounty on your head, things like that. That's very, and then that can just go on forever, and that's the reason why people still play them games. And the modding, you know, the modding is.
I'm going to get in the modding. You know?
You think of all them planets that all the modders are going to have access to, 1,000 planets, then you can just fucking do whatever you want.
Yeah, I know people are worried about it looking dead space, because it's so big and open. but it's very difficult to achieve having that big an open space and absolutely filling it with a shit ton of stuff. But you get to fly around in space. That's what most people want. I just want to fly around in space, man.
Yeah, it's an open. All anyone's ever wanted. Well, I know there's an open world space game. It's just they just can't do it. And in that interview, Todd Howard said like halfway through that game, he was just like, they realised there's a reason why nobody has made this game.
Yeah, because
look at Star Citizen. Granted, it's online, but it's never coming out. Their running costs a year is like 53 million. Or
Star Citizen has been in development for fucking years, and everything is so expensive on that game. It's ridiculous.
Industry favourite man Jeff Grubb has tweeted, and I read this earlier, it's only why I'm saying it. He said, if you're upset about procedurally generated planets in video games, I have some bad news for you about how they form in real life. I can't relate to the anxiety about barren worlds. Don't go to that planet. I don't know what to tell you. Are you saying that wasteland planets shouldn't be in the game because you are imagining it might be a waste of your time? You are an adult. Choose not to waste your time. Also, I'm not being funny, but as far as we know, right, and don't get me wrong, don't get me started on the fucking moon landing, because, I don't believe that shit happened. But regardless, nevertheless, there's two choices in this world. Either we're alone, right?
Or we ain't.
And both are equally terrifying. Right? Both of them are terrifying in their own way.
I mean, we're not alone. I'm just going to
of course we're not. But, there is a high chance that we could go to another planet and there'd be fuck all on it. Or there'd be things on it, but we couldn't see them because there'd be tiny little microorganisms or whatever.
Yeah.
So, not everything is going to be filled with stuff. And there will be stuff on there. I watched. There's a really good documentary, not a documentary, but a breakdown from ACG. Really fucking clever guy, and he goes all into how excited he is. But he's not a fanboy in any way, shape, or form. He calls bullshit, and he goes into all how this technology that Starfield are creating is not just procedural generation on the level of basic. It's quite advanced, and it's not just going to be cut and paste, copy and paste crap. There might be planets with not a lot on, but that is the whole point of exploration. You go there and you have a little bowl about, and you're like, there's not really a lot going on, but you just have a look around, you go somewhere else. You're not always going to find something, but when you do, it's going to be worth the while,
Yeah, I think if you had 900 planets and every single planet had a plethora of things on it, you're going to get somewhat bored or used to it. The idea that maybe out of 900, 300 or 400 of those planets have got life and interesting things on it, well then you're going to enjoy the hunt way more when you find one of those planets. It's the same with No Man's Sky. There's a shit ton of planets on No Man's Sky with fuck all on them. Fucking wasted planets or corrosive planets or dead planets where you land and there's not even rocks on the fucking thing. It's literally, there's nothing to do.
In reality, there's not a lot going on in No Man's Sky. It's the same stuff, but there is a level of excitement.
No Man's Sky is very, very fun. I think the funnest part of No Man's Sky is the flights, the spaceships. It's the finding the new ships and all that type of stuff. It was one of my favourite aspects of that game, and I think Starfield, by the looks of it, has that and more.
Oh, and a lot more, yeah.
Which to me is very exciting. Yes, Bethesda are known for having very, very, very buggy games. Most games now are fucking buggy, if I'm honest. Most games now come out with a fucking day one patch because they're buggy before they've even released. It's as long as there's nothing absolutely groundbreaking, the fact that it's a single player offline game as well sort of means it doesn't matter as much if you do run into a very poor bug, because hopefully with autosaves and things like that you won't have lost that much. Not making an excuse if there are bugs like that, but it's not the fucking end of the world. And with a game as massive as this, you kind of expect that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's
I definitely expect bugs from Bethesda, but it all just depends. Like you say, as long as it's not game breaking, I don't really care. I expect bugs. I expect bugs in any big game. They're not gods. You can only do as much as you can do. You can't foresee everything. With that many moving pieces, it's inevitable something's going to go wrong every now and again. You just have to be a bit understanding sometimes, and some people are just not, are they? But he had an interview with Ryan McCaffrey from IGN, and it was really It was really interesting actually. It was like that's a really long interview. He asked him some awkward questions as well. But one of the questions that stuck with me was what was one of his favourite moments he's had since playing it, just testing it and stuff. And he said he was on a planet really early on in the game, just minding his own business, like scanning things and whatever. He said a ship landed in. Loads of pirates got out and started attacking him, which is stuff like that which I've always wanted from No Man's Sky because it just never happens. Yeah. They fly around, but that's new.
You just get the sentinels every now and then.
I want people to land and try and kill you, But yeah, he said they landed and they started shooting him. So he said he was having a firefight. He didn't really have any good weapons, so he was ducking and diving, and he ran like he ran round like some rocks or whatever, and he made a dart for their ship, and he was standing on their ship shooting them. Like on the ramp, he'd gone up the ramp and he was shooting them off of there, and then the ship took off. And then he was like, he said he just ended up in space on the end of someone's ship. He was like, this has never happened before. He was like, I didn't know this could happen. Can it happen? Clearly it happened.
Yeah,
that's that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's cool.
Killed the pilot, took the ship. But that's the sort of random stuff that Bethesda are known for, and that's what makes them games so replayable. Because there's stories like that you're like, fucking hell, that's mad.
The Star Wars mods are going to go crazy.
Stories. They create their own stories. Oh, mate. That's the best thing about Xbox is they allow mods, whereas PlayStation don't.
The mods are going to be...
Just give me a lightsaber.
Yeah, 100% that's going to be rolling in there. 100%.
Oh God,
it's going to be sick.
I didn't even think of that for some reason.
Yeah, the modding community on that one is going to go crazy. We've all seen and spoken about at length Skyrim and its prop up of fucking modders. It's inevitable that I'm going to be able to fucking fly around in Thomas the Tank Engine shooting dildos. It's going to be some shit like that. It's great.
FYI, the Constellation Edition is available for PC still. If that's the PC one.
How much do they want? Same price?
It's the same price, yeah.
Oh, God.
Tap to zoom. Oh, the game just looks fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I don't know what that data disk thing is that it gives you. Description. I know what the description is.
It's a lot of money, man, isn't it?
It is. That's why I got it on PayPal credit.
For Mark literally just texted me saying...
Look at the stuffs.
I know,
Look at the bottom left. That's the laser.
Is that the
code
thing? Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Mark just texted me saying 220 quid for the Spider-Man Collector's Edition. Can't be asked to spend that.
Have you seen it?
Statue is cool,
the
though.
Venom, yeah. I saw that earlier and I was like, I'll be all over that, but I don't like Spider-Man enough to spend that, whereas I love space. Get space inside me. I am space and time, quantum physics.
I think the Mirage Collection Edition was a very easy one to go for because 130 quid, and it comes with a very cool statue.
Statue is very cool.
Yeah, that's the bit that I was.
I probably would have preferred a statue to the watch, but I think that case, the watch, the package is just it's very sleek.
But like you say, you've got the game included with that. I didn't even think about that with the Mirage Collector's Edition as well. There's a fucking 60-odd, 70-odd quid game thrown on top of that. So really, you're only paying about 50 quid for a fucking Collector's Edition. It's quite...
Nowadays,
quite
it don't
good.
happen, does it? It just doesn't happen. 9 times out of 10, the game don't come with it. So that's why I'm factoring it in. And like you said, it is on Game Pass. But you better fucking believe I'm paying at least the 30 quid to play it 5 days early. Yeah. So, even if I am getting the game for literally half price, I
probably will do. I was saying to Mark today, it's a very collector's edition heavy pod, because I was talking to Mark about it today. Considering how much I play World of Warcraft, they release a collector's edition with every single expansion. I've never bought one, ever. I've never even seen one. I always forget about them. So I must remember.
I was talking to a guy at work yesterday about it, and he doesn't really, because I explained that I bought the Constellation Edition. He doesn't understand computer games. And he was like, you paid that for the game? I was like, it's not just a game. He was like, it is though, isn't it? I was like, no, look at all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, but it holds its value. And I got nervous. I had the FOMO effect. And I was like, no, fuck it, I'm buying it. I talked myself out of it the first night. I had it in the basket, and I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I woke up the next day, and I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. I just couldn't help myself.
I'm going to do it right now.
But I went on there.
Let me do it.
But as I was saying to him, I said, I guarantee you, scalpers will have it. Look on eBay now. Look,
How much are they? What? Why? But you can still get them.
Yeah, but you got to remember these ain't all these could be in America.
Yeah.
I mean, not all countries can get things from game. You know what I mean? There's 350 quid, 330 quid.
Look at it, 250 big ones. Does game not do fucking reward things because I must have so many points?
£350 just across the board. It's everywhere. Oh, there's another thing as well.
Go on.
On the PlayStation app the other day, I told you, did I?
Is it only PC that's available still? I think.
I don't know. On the PlayStation the other day, you got the PlayStation app.
Yeah.
There's a little thing here. I don't know if you signed up to it. Clarky hadn't, and it's on a waiting list now. I don't know when I signed up to it, but I clicked on it.
Oh yeah, I've got that as well.
And you get rewards for all the things you've done.
Yeah.
I got £20 in my wallet
Have you?
for the rewards for.
I must have fuck all because I don't play on the PlayStation.
I got 20 quid.
What level are you then?
It was just level 3.
Yeah, I'm level 3 as well. So where are you seeing that?
Go rewards.
Yeah, and then points.
And then go down to wallet funds and how many coins you got? Or your points?
Where are you seeing wallet funds?
How many points you got?
I've got 1,366.
Well, that's a fiver you can get.
Look at me.
Might as well.
Money knocking around like it's nothing. Let me just pre-order this PC collector's edition of Starfield and then find out my PC can't run it. I mean, it can. I've seen the specs.
Very exciting. I'm so excited for that. And the best thing about it, so close.
It's not far away, is it?
It's 2 months.
It's not far at all.
It's, you know, we're not far from July, so it's July and August, and then it's the 1st of September, and it's fucking there, boy.
Buy now and spread the cost. I bet you fuck off.
Yeah, you do what I did.
Give me this fucking... Secure this checkout, lads. Oh, God. This always happens. You remember that episode that we did when we said, yeah, never pre-ordering again? This would be the 3rd pre-order that I've... No, this will be the 4th pre-order that I've done, because I had Diablo on pre-order as well.
Yeah. Waste of money that was.
I got my mount.
You got his mount for a completely different game.
I hate the fact that they charge... What delivery did you go for?
Just the bog standard one
Box
next day. It
standard
doesn't matter.
next
It's
day.
coming on the 1st anyway, so I don't know how they can even offer different deliveries.
Don't know.
Fucking better arrive on the 1st. I'll be fuming.
Yeah, have that one. Have that card there, please. Yes, £254.98, Steph.
Get a nice watch though.
That's what I do. Get a nice watch. A watch that with a strap will probably feel fucking horrible on.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty high quality.
But nevertheless, well, it fucking better be for 250 quid.
It's a bit of history, isn't it?
That's a bit of history. This game flops.
Yeah.
It's not going to be good, is it?
Starfield's priciest pre-order comes with a fully working smartwatch.
I don't really see how it can flop.
I don't think it will flop.
Oh.
At all.
No, that weren't them taking the money. Good. I got really panicky then. Screenshot that as always. So that's that done. I've pre-ordered the Constellation edition of Starfield for the PC.
Simple as that, ladies and gentlemen.
That's how you do it. That's done. While we're on the talk of purchases, I bought the most expensive Funko Pop that I've got in my collection so far.
Oh,
I've spent the most money that I've spent on one singular pop. It's not here yet. Hasn't arrived. I won it in an auction.
What is it?
Among many people.
It's not Anakin, is it?
No.
Thank fuck for that. I'd be so upset.
No, it's more expensive than Anakin.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
So it's Lord of the Rings, and it's Elrond. It's Lord of the Rings Elrond, not the Hobbit Elrond.
Who the fuck's Elrond?
Elrond.
You said it 3 times, still don't know.
The fact that I have to explain it to you. I'm not even going to explain. I'm going to get you a picture, and you'll know Elrond straight away. Elrond, mate.
Oh yeah, that Matrix guy.
Yeah. Hugo Weaving. It's a Funko Pop signed by him. It's an extremely rare Funko Pop to get hold of signed because he doesn't do any fucking signatures. So when you look at a lot of Funko Pop collections for Lord of the Rings, a lot of people don't have him. Same as Aragorn, because they just don't do many signatures. Do you want to know how much I have spent on this singular Funko Pop with his signature?
I'm going to say £500.
It's not far off. £435. fucking shaking your head. And it's going to sit there all lovely amongst all my other signed Funko Pops. It's crazy. I thought buying Funkos was expensive, but buying signed Funkos is another level. It's mental. There was a geezer that I was in a bidding war with, and he was like, it was around like the 300 quid mark. He was like, I'm not letting this go. I need it for my collection. And I was like, you will? So you fucking will. And basically, the auction was meant to finish at 9 o'clock. And every bid after 9 o'clock added on 5 minutes. Basically, the way that they're doing these auctions now, it used to be that it was the last bid at 9 o'clock. Whoever got the last bid in would win. So you could very easily snipe an auction. Whereas now, he adds on 5 minutes. And they just keep going until no one else bids. So it just makes it a little bit easier. You ain't got to worry about someone sniping you out. And I was being quite horrible with it because it was getting... so at 9 o'clock, he bid and added on another 5 minutes. So I let 4 minutes pass and then bid up another 5.
You're a dick.
And then it got to 35 minutes past 9. And it was about a couple bids through. And the guy, like, joking around, said to the person running it, like, in the comments, can we close this at 9:15 because I've got to get back to work? And I was like, well, you've put the nail in your coffin now because now I'm just going to extend it even longer. So I just kept going. And then around when I put my 435 quid in, he said, I'm going back to work. Congratulations.
See, at least he wasn't a dick about it like you.
Well, I was like, oh dear. But I messaged the geezer to obviously pay him. And I said to him, you want to throw in a hard stack for it? And he was like, yeah, for a bit of extra money. I was like, oh, fuck that. No, thank you. Charge me postage.
For what?
A hard stack.
What's that? Oh,
hard case. Yeah.
How much are they on their onesies?
Like 15 quid. So they won't even throw in a fucking hard stack for me.
Is that the guys you bought loads off as well?
Yeah. I'm his top contributor.
Isn't it?
But it's all right. Very, very money driven. Sometimes you have to be. But it's fine because at 7 o'clock there is a... is it popfigures.com or something like that? That C3PO that I sent you that Mark got from a 15 quid mystery box they're releasing.
That is nuts.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. They're releasing...
What sort of mystery box? Off of him?
So there's this... Not this geezer.
Oh,
so
right.
the ones that I'm getting all these signed Funkos from is called Ink to Grails. It's a Facebook group. Shout out to them. The website that Mark has showed to me is, I'm pretty sure, called popfigures.com. And every now and then, like once a month, he was saying they release like 250 mystery boxes, 15 quid each. And with every mystery box, you get a hard stack. So you're basically getting the Funko for free because the hard stack's going to cost you 15 quid on its own. And they release a list of the rarest stuff that's in it, like 5 or 6 different items of whatever. And yeah, they're 15 quid each. And Mark bought 2 and got that that Freddy as C3PO. That's worth an absolute fortune. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Is he selling it?
He doesn't know what he's doing with it yet. Doesn't know what he's doing with it because it's very difficult to narrow down a price because there's only, how many of them was there? Was it like,
I don't know.
What did he fucking? There weren't a lot. I'll quickly flick through the picture he sent. How many? There's only 520 of them.
Oh, yeah.
In the world. So trying to narrow down, and when you go on eBay and stuff, there's only one or two that's sold because most people are just holding on to them. But to have that in a mystery box, I was like, fuck me. I was like, who the fuck put that in there? Who's thrown that in there? But I guess if you're selling 250 of them and only 6 of them have something crazy in it, they've all got a minimum value of £9, I think, worth of Funkos inside it. And then you throw the hard stack on that, so you're essentially making your money back. But 250 times 15, you're not doing too bad with that sort of dough.
Well, congrats.
But yeah, it's fucking. We got heavy into the Funkos, man. I got a signed Philip J. Fry turning up as well. Geezer out of Futurama.
Man,
managed to win him for 65 quid. That's cheap, man.
You've
proper
got
cheap.
Some serious investment in your pops now.
It was proper cheap. I messaged the geezer. I was like, "Why? What are you selling that?" He said, "Oh, funny enough, he's like used to collect Funkos. Stopped collecting them now because of the root. I now collect Lego." I was like, oh shit! I said I got a mate that fucking. I shouted out the podcast to him. I did like a selfless plug. I was like, geezer I do a podcast with, started like dabbling in collecting Lego. I said, you've gone from one fucking expensive hobby to the next. He's like, yeah, I know.
The fact that you've bought all these pops and that one you've just purchased now makes me feel bad for not getting that photo and pop sign from Anakin at the Star Wars convention.
Well, that signed Anakin come up again because every Tuesday Ink to Grails do a sellers post. So you can't sell stuff on that group, but every Tuesday he puts up a thing saying anyone in the group is free to put up free items that like for sale. And that's where I got the Philip J. Fry. And literally the first person to post something was that Anakin that I showed you. And they wanted, I think it was like 350 quid for it. And it's a justifiable price because, like you just said, we know how much it costs to get a fucking signature off the geezer if you don't just pass him in the street. So 350 quid technically is cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be more up for it if I'd contemplate that more, but I just don't like that pop. I don't like that version of Anakin. I like the older version or the dark side version of him.
Yeah, I think if I was going to go and get something signed by Hayden Christian, I'd want a quote as well. I wouldn't just want his signature. I'd say, oh, while you're signing it, can you put whatever phrase you would want, because that's what a lot of people do. There's this guy on the group that has a massive Lord of the Rings Funko collection, like all signed. Funny enough, he doesn't have Elrond, so apologies for that one. But every single one of his pops has a quote on the side of it, and it just looks way better. But yeah, it's an expensive game to get into.
Speaking of, well, nothing really. Well, did you watch the Star Wars reveal, didn't you? The Ubisoft.
I think it looks so
Star
good.
Wars Outlaws.
I think it looks so fucking good, man. I think they look so sick. It's well, it won't be overshadowed by Starfield because it's not even releasing this year. Neither will I agree with you with what you said. I don't think it will release next year either. But from what I saw, it looks so fucking fun.
If
That
they
looks
can pull
so
it off,
good.
yeah, if they can pull that off.
I think it looks so fucking good. People have been asking for a Star Wars game. Convenient that they announced that after EA have stopped pissing around with Star Wars.
Yeah, but then a lot of games have been in. I read this because I'm quite up to date with Star Wars games and stuff, and it said that a lot of companies have been creating Star Wars games before EA's tenure was up with Disney, or Lucasfilm, or whoever they have the rights from, because they knew it wasn't being renewed. So there's no point waiting until the date and then starting working on the game.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of games ready to go.
Star Wars Outlaws, by the way, for people that might
I'm
not
just
know that
disappointed
about.
because there's no character creation. But I've thought long and hard about this, and I think I know why. Because this was a long time ago now. Well, not that long ago, but it's been well known that Ubisoft were making an open world, do as you like, RPG with a creator character. So that is what I've been waiting for. The reveal of this game for so long.
Is that where everyone thought it was going to be KOTOR?
No. This is what it is. This is what it's supposed to be, an open world Star Wars game. But it was supposed to be create your own character. Be a bounty hunter, be a Sith, be a smuggler, be a Jedi, be what you want. That's what everyone wanted. But I've got a feeling, I know why they've gone with the path they have. So it's not an RPG, it's just an open world game, akin to GTA maybe. And they've got the female lead. I think that Disney are just saying no character creations in Star Wars, because we want these characters to be canon. We want them in the universe, because Cal Kestis from Jedi Survivor and stuff, he is like rumoured to be in like the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. He was rumoured to show up in that. There's still rumours of him coming up. He's a real actor, isn't he?
They don't. You're thinking that they don't want anyone to make anything that might ruin the movie and series side or have an effect on that side of Star Wars.
No, I just think that the character creation, so you can make whoever you like and go and do what you want. But then it's just an open Star Wars game. I'm not saying they don't want that, but I think they want more characters in the world to play with, in films and TV shows.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So Cal Kestis is like he's a canon.
Yeah.
So Disney, basically every game that comes out, they're basically saying this is canon. This is canon.
Yeah.
So they can fit around all these narratives. As I say, Cal Kestis is the actor that plays him. He could easily. He was rumored to appear in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. He's still rumored to be in the Ahsoka series. He's rumored to be in all sorts of things.
So is this protagonist in Outlaws? Is this a current Star Wars character, or is this someone completely brand new?
Just like Cal Kestis was.
We would expect at some point, if the game is as good as we hope, would make it eventually into some form of series crossover, something like that.
Yeah, that's why I think they're doing it. That's why I think they're making it that way, because it adds for more content.
But
I feel more characters to play with.
I feel like that isn't a bad move.
No, it's not a bad move, but it's not what a lot of people wanted, and I'm getting sick to death of it. Right, and I'm going to address the thing right now. I don't want to play as this woman. Okay. But all I'm seeing, right, is people saying the same thing. They say it respectfully, on Twitter, on YouTube. Some are twats, some are cunts. Let's have it right. They're mugs, talking shit. But respectfully, I see a lot of people saying, I don't want to play as her. I wanted to play as either my own character or another dude. Yeah. Right. And then instantly they're just bombarded with, you're sexist, who hurt you, you're this, you're that. Not true at all. I would rather play as a geezer. I am a geezer. I relate to geezer things. It's personal preference, right? I've got nothing against women in games. I'm all for women in games. No problem. When it's a story-driven game akin to this, which is going to be a story-driven game, I find it easier to relate to a bloke. That is my preference. That doesn't mean I've got anything against women in games. I prefer that. Everybody's got preference. That is my preference. But people saying that you're sexist because you don't want to play as a woman is wrong.
I don't think it's sexism at all. However, I think I have the same argument, but on a different outlook for it. With a story-driven game, I strongly believe that you shouldn't have the ability to change if it's a woman or a man that you're playing, because it's story driven, in the same way that you wouldn't.
I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying, by the way. I'm not saying I want to change.
No, but I'm saying that if a game is story driven, if it's a woman or a bloke, I think that is dependent on the story and how it fits. You wouldn't have The Last of Us with Joel and Ellie swapping positions. It wouldn't work. You can't do that. Same with Control, same with Horizon, same with with Tomb Raider.
You know who has done it, don't you?
Who?
Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed, where you could be Cassandra or you could be the other guy. The last two or three
in Valhalla,
and the one before that.
And then you had Syndicate, where you could play as both of them. The thing is with
this is different. This game has been designed to play as her, which is fine, no problem at all. Also, I think I believe Ubisoft would have said that we will make a female and a male character and let them choose. But I think this is why I said what I said. I believe Disney would have said no, choose one or the other, because that character is going to be canon and in the story of Star Wars. It's going to be in the universe.
It may well have been. I really don't see an issue with it. I don't really give a fuck who I'm playing. If it's a man or a woman, I don't really.
You watch
care.
The trailer and it's the same tropes that get thrown around all the time. She shares a couple of things like, I've been held back my whole life. I don't want all that I'm held back as a woman narrative.
Yeah, but we didn't see any of that.
I did. Did you not watch the trailer?
Yeah, I didn't see
exactly what she said.
I didn't see any of that.
That's exactly what she said. I've been held back my whole life. If they go down that road, then I'm just out.
Yeah, but if she's saying she's been held back her whole life,
it depends on the context.
That doesn't mean the narrative that they're running with.
It's just the played on stuff that I'm just bored of, quite frankly. I'm not interested in that. If it's a very cool story with her, absolutely fully in, crack on. But I just don't want it to be this copy and paste crap where it's I
don't think it would be. Because it does get played on quite a bit.
It might have been in the trailer the day before where she said that, because they had the announcement trailer the day before.
I feel like
the cutscene.
I feel like it matters, but I definitely feel like companies play on that shit a lot more because they're gaining.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Some form of
brownie points.
From something. Not that fucking diminishes the issue that's there, but. There's countless games where you have to play as a bloke. There's countless gamers that are women who have to play those blokes. So for people to sit there and whinge that they've got to play as a woman when there's fucking basically 90% of games out there where if you're a female gamer you have to play a male lead. It's an argument over a game that doesn't really fucking matter. It really doesn't matter. If the game's good, let the game speak for itself. It should be good regardless of what you're playing.
There's a difference between having a preference and preferring something as opposed to moaning about it. I.e., if there's character customization, right? I love like customizing characters. I think male armor just looks cooler in games. If I'm playing as character, I like male arms. I like the stature of a bloke, like big, strong, big cloak over his head.
I'm the same as
so
well.
I just prefer that. So I prefer aesthetically to be playing as a bloke. But this automatically on the internet is met with you're a sexist cunt.
People are ripped,
and that's my point. That is my point.
People have a go.
I wouldn't want to say that online. Because I just like that's not what I am.
It's a dangerous world to fall
to
into.
Voice your opinion. But quite
because,
frankly, it's bollocks.
People will have a go at you. I think it's perfectly fine if you don't want to play a woman. I know that you aren't one of the types of people where you go, I'm not fucking buying the game because you have to play as a woman.
I'm 100% for female representation in games. I am all for it in every way, shape and form. But what I'm not all for is if it's forced, like you said, if it's forced because of companies or corporations.
If you're made to feel bad for wanting to play as a bloke.
That's what's happened.
I don't think that's fair. But I don't... It's difficult, isn't it?
It's not even wanting to. It's just preference that I would prefer to. Will I still play this game? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I hope she's the sickest character in Star Wars, and she might well be.
Ultimately, most of the people that are holding the extreme opinions about it probably aren't fucking game designers, so therefore don't know the issues that involve having more than one different type of person in a game. It might be more difficult than you fucking think that it is, especially with a story-driven game. Yeah. You change the gender of someone in a story-driven game, it changes the entire fucking story. If Joel was Janice, you know what I mean? The entire dynamic of The Last of Us changes, all of it. So it's not as if it's something like No Man's Sky, where you're suddenly being forced to either play a man or play a woman, where it's kind of like, well, it doesn't fucking matter. Same with World of Warcraft, doesn't fucking matter. Skyrim, doesn't matter. Destiny, doesn't matter. With a heavily story-driven game, I think it does matter. But like you say, I think you're right with saying that I think Disney are telling calling the shots on this one, because ultimately they want to make as much fucking money as possible. They're smarter than we are at doing that, and they know way further into the future in terms of Star Wars about what is coming out, what's being filmed, what's on the pipeline. So yeah,
I'm glad that it's a woman, in terms of if this story has obviously been curated for her as opposed to curated for a man and a woman.
I think she looks like a really cool character.
Yeah, she is, and she's
cool.
Luckily, which is it's also a disappointment that it's not a character creation, because she's probably set in the coolest part of Star Wars, which everyone wants a game from. Everyone wants to play at this part of Star Wars, but they wanted the RPG that was leaked. This is the problem. People wanted the RPG where you could create your own character, be a Jedi, be a bounty, be a Mandalorian, be a bounty hunter, be a Sith. That's what they wanted. This is great. And I'm 100% for it. And it looks like it could very well be one of the best Star Wars games ever made. And I'm all for that. 100% I'm in. But it's just, I just wanted that. I wanted that RPG, man.
But that's not to say that it isn't going to happen. But it's such a tall order.
Of course.
And it's always the same with this type of shit. You sit here now and say that you want an RPG of Star Wars, an actual proper one. I want one of the Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. They're not there. You've got the Old Republic. You've got fucking You've got Lord of the Rings Online. They're old as shit.
Yeah, that's mental though, isn't it? You got Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, like two of the biggest franchises in pop culture history.
It just hasn't been done.
Where are the RPGs?
It just hasn't been done. The lore is there. The characters are there. It's all there for someone to put together, and I feel like people won't do it because of how much of a tall order that is. Because the series themselves, the IPs, they're so amazing. If you have all of those ingredients and then make something and it's shit, well, there goes your fucking gaming studio, because you've just taken one of the biggest IPs in the world, Star Wars, and just created something. You've been given the funds to make the biggest RPG ever for this IP, and it's shit. See you later. It's such a... This isn't some indie company that's just trying something for the first time. It's a massive, massive undertaking to do something like that, and I think that's why so many people haven't done it, and let alone the running costs of doing that. Imagine if you had... What you want is World of Warcraft with lightsabers.
Basically. But then
that's what you want, and you've got that with the Old Republic, but it isn't the same.
I don't want it online. I just want I want the Starfield. I want Starfield.
Yeah,
Star Wars.
Starfield with lightsabers.
If it wasn't Starfield and it was Star Wars, mate.
You want
Starfield.
God. You want Starfield with lightsabers, but you want it to be 100% Star Wars.
Yeah, that's exactly
in
what I
that
want.
world with those characters, with
all
the storylines, everything like that. That's exactly what you want.
Mate, if they just released, right, and this is against probably what most people would say, but I'm different for this. If they just released like a couple of planets on an RPG of Star Wars, it was like every month we're going to add a new planet, and it costs you like £20.
Yeah, you got to pay for it.
I'll pay.
Yeah, I'm having
just
it.
keep
Thank
expanding this fucking RPG, single player RPG. Just to keep expanding it, and I'll just keep visiting these planets and fucking chopping shit up with my massive red lightsaber.
Yeah,
and call myself Darth Microtransaction.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I don't know.
But just to wrap that up quickly, I'm all for the bird in the game. I'm 100% buying it.
She seems like a very cool character.
Yeah, it's very cool. I
can't remember her name. I don't know. Did they say her name in the trailer?
Kaz or something. Just something.
I like the little gremlin thing that she's got with her. Whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah,
that looked cool.
They've all got little companions, haven't they? Cal's got BD1. They've one of the coolest modes because it's set between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So it's set when. Because you actually see Han Solo when he gets put in carbonite and he gets shipped off to Jabba's palace. You see him in the trailer go past in the carbonite. So it's basically the last film where Luke confronts Vader and all that stuff. So they've already said there's going to be like loads of characters in it and stuff. So it's exciting to see what they do, and I hope she's a sick character. And yeah, even if it was a geezer, I'd still be saying the same thing. Hope it's a sick character.
I think it's going to be good.
They want a story-driven game, Star Wars world. Make that story good, like they have with Jedi Survivor and that, and you'll have a hit on your hands.
I think it's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be out in 2024.
No,
I reckon 2025.
Looks a bit choppy to me and very curated, obviously.
Yeah, but in terms of showcases, it was a fucking old Jammo Paco fucking week, man. There was some serious shit, some real decent shit. Assassin's Creed Mirage being one of the top ones of that. That looked fucking that got me fucking crispy for that one.
It looked very like the original.
That's exactly what we fucking wanted. When they said that they were going back to their roots with Mirage, I was kind of like, oh, but are they? Steph forced me to play a bit of Valhalla, and I weren't having it. I was like, this is shit. I don't like this. I'm not having fun. I was just climbing a mountain in the snow. I was like, this isn't fun.
I just wish the combat was better. The combat in them last 3 RPGs they've done is so shit.
But I said to Steph, I was like, I already know. I said, this is a waste of time because I already know that I am not going to play this game. I said, even if I like it, I'm not sinking that much time into it to complete it. I said, it's not happening. So me sitting here playing this for 15 minutes is absolutely pointless. So this is boring.
I think it took me over a year to finish Valhalla.
Yeah.
I kept going back in different sections.
I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not interested. Whereas, and I was, when they said that Mirage was going back to their roots, I was skeptical about it, thinking, are they actually going to go back to their roots? Because I feel like that's a cool quip that a lot of people like say, well, back to our roots, how it used to be. And then you see a gameplay reveal and it's nothing like how it used to be. Well, seeing Mirage's gameplay reveal looked exactly how it's supposed to be and how it used to be. It looked fucking sick. The only bit that got me a bit flummoxed was when he was teleporting all over the place, stabbing people up.
Yeah,
I was like, hold on here. I said, what's this little bit of fucking spice that's been added? But it was quickly sorted out with the idea that. So if you hadn't seen it, basically, Basim, the protagonist, the assassin
from Valhalla.
Yep.
Do you know his story in Valhalla? No,
I don't think so. Is chilling on a ledge, and there's 3 enemies below him, and like the Deadeye from Red Dead, like it pulls up like this like time freeze thing, and you've got a bar, like a meter filled with like blobs, and you can mark each one of these targets, and it empties that meter, i.e. you get to the end of the meter, you can't fucking mark anyone, and then you release it, and what happens is you assassinate the people that you've marked consecutively. And when I see it, it looks so cool, but I was like, fucking like, what's going on here? It looked like one of the Wraith abilities from Shadow of War, and although it looked cool, I said to Steph, I was like, how the fuck does that work? I was like, how does that work?
He's got a piece of the Eden apple thing.
I was like, how does that work? And then, obviously, when he does it, he goes the same shapes and colour of the Animus. So when you're running around the room, he goes that like the squares and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, maybe it's an Animus thing that I would imagine we work out in the game. I, for one, hope that they actually do something a little bit better with the Animus this time, because it seems to have dropped off. That was the whole point of Assassin's Creed, was the Animus, and they lost that very early on.
You're the Assassin's Creed expert. You know, I will bow to your heady knowledge of the game. Apart from Valhalla and Odyssey and that, I know very little. I played them, but meh. But that Animus for me is just by far the worst part about it.
No,
they could take that out of it and just keep it a self-contained story. Is much more interesting. Whenever I get the opportunity, in all the last 3 games I've played, to get out the Animus, as soon as I get out, I turn round, put him straight back in. I do not care.
The Animus died with Desmond. When he died, it weren't long after that when the idea of getting in and out of the Animus and exploring after that, it just fell flat, because with Desmond Miles, there was not only the storyline of being Ezio, you had the storyline of being Desmond, and then the two combined it over the course of all the various Assassin's Creeds that come out. So you grew a bond with both of them, and playing as both of them, which meant that when you got out of the Animus, you were way more excited to play as Desmond, because you weren't just walking around picking up scrap bits of paper. You were turning into an assassin in Desmond's world, which made it much more meaningful when you got out of the Animus. Whereas I agree with you, after Desmond died, the Animus just they just lost it. There was no point. Boring. It was no longer Assassin's Creed. And I think that also happens when you get what Assassin's Creed is now. It isn't Assassin's Creed. They're only carrying the name because they can, and it's not Assassin's Creed. It should be labelled as something completely different. So the Animus doesn't belong with Assassin's Creed anymore either, because Assassin's Creed doesn't belong with Assassin's Creed. Whereas Mirage is going back to its roots, so I'd like to think that the Animus will fucking follow suit with that.
You're going to want to watch the story of Basim in Valhalla.
I will. I will.
It's going to be interesting, because he's essentially the bad guy in Valhalla.
Mm.
So it'll be interesting to see what the scoop is.
I
know he's younger in this, but
I can't fucking wait.
I just wish they'd shown some 1v1 combat. Like, is it going back to like the Batman style where you counter with one button and stuff? Because I always really liked that. But
I said to Steph, it would have been nice if I could have seen some gameplay without the hidden blade, with a different weapon, because he just uses the hidden blade. It's just all assassinations. I'd like to have seen something with a sword, a fucking mace, a spear, like something other than a hidden blade. But I'm sure it'll be fucking fine.
I like the way when he throws a smoke bomb down or whatever, the camera shifted to like them confused, and then you've obviously carried on running a bit, and it catches up, and it's like, No, it looks really good, and I'll probably buy it, to be honest with you. I'm not a massive Assassin's Creed fan, but I'm a huge fan of stealth games, akin to Metal Gear Solid. And I remember I must have been 18, 19, before Assassin's Creed 1 came out. and I was sitting at a really old computer at my partner at the time's mum's house, and the amount of times I watched that Assassin's Creed 1 trailer over and over again, I was so gassed for that game. And then when it came out, I was just a bit disappointed. If I'm honest with you,
Altair, Assassin's Creed 1, I never played it.
it was all right.
Haven't played it.
I don't know what I was expecting.
I joined the Assassin's Creed world at Assassin's Creed 2, and I always tell myself I should really go and play Assassin's Creed 1, but I just can't be bothered.
Just watch a playthrough.
Yeah, I have. I've seen what I need to see from it, so it's like I'm not going to bother playing it. Mark tried replaying all the Assassin's Creeds a couple months ago and said like I just can't do it.
I think the only one I'd be interested to play would be Black Flag.
Black Flag, 100%.
The only one I'd be interested to play.
Did you never played it?
I don't
bits of it?
think so. I think I've watched a lot of it.
Black Flag was so fucking good, man. When you managed to capture one of those Portuguese man of wars, fucking legendary ships, those things were fucking... Steph hated the ship system on that. I loved it. I thought it was so fucking good. It was such a cool addition to the game. They did the typical, though, give you one of the fucking best weapons right at the end, and it was like some whip where you could hang people up trees and shit.
Oh, really?
Like that. Yeah, man. You could crack a whip round their necks, and but it'd go like over a tree branch and round their necks, and you can just hang them. It was sick, man. That's
very cool.
But you only got it for like maybe like 2 hours worth of gameplay because you were right at the end.
Do you not just get to carry on after the game's finished?
Yeah, because you can carry on fucking...
So you can still use it?
Yeah, but you know me. I don't carry on after the story's done. I'm donezo gunzo.
He dips in, he dips out, and he's back on WoW.
Basically, yeah. That's pretty much
that's
how
like
it works.
me nowadays with Diablo. I might dip in, but I'm back.
I got all the people in Discord on our guild starting to complain about Diablo.
Here we go.
Because they're, unlike you... They are full-timers with this kind of shit, so they sink in. I know you've sunk in a lot of hours, but they've...
59 hours to be precise.
Yeah, they would have sunk in more than that. They're already like max. They've got everything that you could possibly need. All the Lilith statues, everything's done. And yeah, they were whinging quite hard the other day. I say whinging, that makes it sound bad. They were debating quite hard about the lack of content.
They can fucking suck my
cock.
cock.
The lack of content and that they're beginning to get bored. Now, I'm in the mindset of the game's been out for 2 weeks. Why the fuck are you writing? Why have you done everything already? That's your own fault. Because this is what happens. These are World of Warcraft players. And in World of Warcraft, when a patch comes out, people rinse it and get everything done in a matter of weeks and then wonder why there's nothing to do. I'm at that point now. I didn't even fucking rinse it. I'm scratching my head. The next content update is next month. But there's not much more I can do. I'm done. But these lot have rinsed Diablo. Like, I have not seen them on WoW. They have just been on Diablo non-stop. So have hit that wall. And I saw a thing on TikTok of someone saying that Diablo 4... I think you were watching the same video when you come here, but I don't think you got to that point. They were saying that Diablo 4 is more casual friendly than elitist friendly, and Diablo 4 has an absolute wealth of content, and if you're a full-time player who's managing to sink in 80 hours a week, it will not be enough for you. You will get bored. But if you're just a casual player, a fucking parent, you've got a full-time job, you've only got X amount of hours to play every night, maybe 2, maybe 3, then you ain't getting bored because there's fucking loads to do. Obviously, you don't have the same kind of time that these people fucking have because they are on it non-stop, day and night. They are on Diablo 4. So they've just hit a wall. And after seeing all of that shit, I'm kind of like, yeah, I just don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, I just disagree, to be honest with you. Unless these people you're talking about have made 5 different characters and got them all to level 100, then no.
That's not how they roll, though. Diablo's different, isn't it? Because it forces you to diversify and play different stuff.
You know, what... All right, I'm not trying to shit on WoW or anything here. I'm just trying to draw some comparisons. What else could you do in WoW once you've done all the story stuff? Like, what would you do? What's the plan? Like you said the other day, you're done for now. You could go and dip into other things.
You got Raids and Mythic Plus, and then you got the PvP brackets.
But what could you get? Yeah, you got PvP and Diablo, but This game's just come out, man. Let it breathe for a minute. Let it breathe. This will be expanded on all this.
That's what I'm saying, but this is Blizzard community. This is what they do.
So they've got PvP, so you could go and do that if you wanted. Like, wow. So these raids, what do you get in the raids?
Gear, and then there's achievements that you can get in the raids. Normally, like what we're doing. So we've done the raid on Heroic, and you get an achievement called Ahead of the Curve, which is where you finish a raid on Heroic difficulty while it's still current content. It's quite a prestigious achievement to do without having to pay a group to fucking boost you through it. And then you have a mythic difficulty, but that is locked to 20 man. You need 20 people to do that. The guild doesn't have 20 people. Not a lot of people do mythic. It's just a whole nother level, different mechanics and shit like that. But naturally, there's like the highest point of gear that you can get. I think at the moment for me, the highest item level that I could get without going into mythic raiding is 444, and I'm 440. So I'm almost as high as you can get when it comes to gear. I've got all my tier set. Mythic Plus is another thing. It's just really difficult dungeons. They're timed. The better you're doing them, you get a score and all of that shit. It gives you a rating. Once you go past, you get a rating of 2,000. You get it's called Keystone Master. You get a mount and a title and shit like that, which everyone fights for.
So
after that, there ain't a whole lot more to do.
It's not too dissimilar. You can go and run nightmare dungeons, which just go up exponentially. The levels just get higher and higher. If you can do them, you can craft nightmare sigils to unlock higher nightmare dungeons. Essentially, dropping more gear, getting unique gear, which completely change your build. So the unique items that drop are very, very. They're like the rarest shit. Obviously, you can get rarer, but I'm not in tier 4 yet. But nevertheless, the unique stuff will give you like completely different abilities, so it will like change your character. So you get different unique weapons that can drop. And yeah, I don't really see much difference. You've got PvP, right? It's in its infancy. You've got nightmare dungeons, once again in its infancy. So yeah, maybe there isn't the wealth and breadth of content that they're after, but it has just come out, and as you say, normal humans would, with any responsibility, wouldn't be able to sink that many hours in. But nevertheless, for them to say there's nothing to do is wrong. And if they're judging it off the same merits as WoW, then it's wrong.
They're not the same games.
They're not the same game, but you can't say that WoW's got anything more to do than... You can't say Diablo's got nothing to do if you're going to do something very similar in WoW, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, WoW's fucking 100 times bigger than Diablo is.
Of course.
There's way more stuff to do in WoW than there is in fucking Diablo. But 90% of the stuff to do in WoW now is not current. You can do it for fun. Most of the current stuff, yeah, you push your gear up as much as you can, and then you do exactly what I'm doing. They brought out a 50% XP boost. You just level up alt characters for the fun of it. I can still play my main, and I will. But yeah, well,
there you go. That's another thing they could go and do. Go and do the alts.
It's the same shit with games like this all the time. It gets massively hyped.
Same with Destiny as well.
People want to play it. The FOMO kicks in. People rinse the fuck out of it, and then they hit a wall or put up a perceived wall, and then start whinging about the game. And I think that is somewhat of a toxic trait, because the game's 2 weeks old, man. It's 2 weeks old and you're whinging there's not enough content. There's nothing for me to do. I've done everything exciting that I want to do. I don't want to do PvP, but I've done this and this. I'm tier 4, blah blah blah. It's like, well, that's your fault for not pacing yourself. You've made that mistake by going fucking blitz. So literally, when we finished Ahead of the Curve on a Sunday, we finished it real decent. I have not seen any of the people that I did that raid with since. I have not seen them, and I've been logging in almost every day. I have not seen them because they're on Diablo. They're on Diablo 4 doing whatever the fuck they're doing on Diablo 4. And when the new content comes out for WoW next month, they'll be back on WoW. And they probably won't be touching Diablo. I don't know. They'll be waiting until the season, because the season comes out in July as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
at least let it have a season before you start.
That's what I'm saying, man. People don't have the patience. But at the same time, these were the same people that were telling me when they were explaining the seasons to me that you have about 3 months worth of pissing around, and then you start to get bored. These motherfuckers couldn't even last 2 weeks, and they've already got bored. So, well, what?
I'd say I've played it for 60 hours, right? And I love the game more now than I have any other time.
Mm.
And I'm 60 hours in.
Mm.
So that's irrelevant to me. I absolutely love it. I'm playing with a guy from work. We're not talking. We're just playing. I'm messaging and we're messaging, just little message on the chat. It's just easy. We were running through a dungeon the other day, and there's a geezer that can randomly appear in certain places in the game.
Butcher.
Yeah, and he randomly appeared. Yeah, he randomly appeared for the first time for me the other day in like a little cellar thing, and I was so excited because I got him down to like a quarter health. He's got this ability that just keeps slowing you down, man. And I run out of potions. And it's, you know, when you're just so frustrated, like, get away, get off me. And he managed to hit me and I punched the floor. And it really hurt.
Nice.
But yeah, then anyway, I was playing with my pal and then he appeared while we was in this nightmare dungeon and fuck me, was it scary. But yeah, we beat him, man. And it was a buzz. It was such a buzz. Because he's a couple of levels higher than me. He's like 62 and I'm 58. But we're running level 73 nightmare dungeons, and that's hard. You know, it's really difficult. He's kind of carrying me a little bit. His build's fucking nuts. I don't know what he's doing, but the health bar of most of the bosses go whoop. And there, he turned up. So I was already nervous.
Is he a rogue by any chance?
No, he's a druid.
Oh, shit. What, bear druid?
No, he's not bear or wolf form. He's just a druid.
Normal druid, yeah.
And he's got wolf
lightning
companions.
geezer. Is there lightning fucking spitting everywhere? No. Oh, shit.
He's got wolf companions that run around attacking things.
Yeah.
They're annoying because I keep attacking them thinking they're enemies. But yeah, it's a buzz, and we're in that really hard content, and then he turns up, and we're like, oh my fucking, you are having a laugh. But we managed to beat him, and yeah, it was such a buzz, bro. It was honestly, I'm having a great time.
As long as you're having a great time, it don't fucking matter what everyone else is thinking.
I'm obsessed with it. I think about it constantly.
It's one of those games where people can whinge and say that they've got nothing to do and blah, 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 and that the game's boring. But when that first season comes out, you know that they're going to be fucking playing that. So it doesn't matter that
they've already got 2 expansions in the works.
Yeah, of course.
They're going to do like big expansions. It's not like the old Diablos. They're doing big expansions.
This is exactly what happens in World of Warcraft. It's a carbon copy of the same behaviours. But new content comes out, people love it, they rinse it, they get bored, they complain. New content comes out, they rinse it, they love it, they get bored, they complain. New content comes out. You know, it's just how MMOs work, man.
I see Connor was playing the other day, and I jumped in his game. That geezer, right? There's something wrong with him. He is like, I don't know if you're similar or not. I'm not, but he's like, I go in a zone, I complete everything in that zone until I move on. I don't move on until I've completed everything in that zone. That geezer, right, is level 42. Right, bearing in mind I'm level 58, 59, whatever. He's level 42, and he's still in Act 1. For context, I finished the game at like 40.
I'll do it the same way he does it. I'll do everything. I'll do absolutely everything.
Yeah, I'll do everything, but
This is what I do. This is my problem. I will do everything in the zone that I can while I'm leveling. Once I hit max level, I fuck everything off. I don't bother doing it. All I'm worried about is gear. Everything gets left. Unless it's the main campaign, I'll do that. I'll do the main campaign. Any of the side shit, nothing to me.
But this is the problem. You don't get your mount until Act 4. Right?
So he's running around.
So he's running.
With nothing.
So I'm like getting on my horse, and he's just like jogging along behind me. And the real fun in Diablo is to be had after the campaign, when you put it up a tier and you start getting like sacred items drop and stuff like that.
Well, he's new to this shit, remember?
Well, I know, but he's
a PC gamer that's fucking new to World of Warcraft. He's new to Diablo.
Yeah,
he's new to fucking the Old Republic, because I got him on that now as well. Got him playing around with that.
He's I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, he's taking his sweet ass time. But it was amusing to watch him, so I was just playing with him, pissing about, and I'd be like smacking things up and that. And then every now and again I'd stop hitting things and just stand there and watch him and his little damage just ticking in their health. I was like, fuck this, come around.
I'm clawing him back to World of Warcraft because of the XP boost thing. So he's going to play as a hunter this time round, and I'm going to fucking play as my hunter, and then we're going to level them up together.
Connor, let's be honest, mate. You just need to make a fucking decision now. Stop pissing about. Are you playing Diablo? Are you playing World of Warcraft? Or are you playing fucking Star Wars? Make your fucking mind
It's World
up.
of Warcraft,
Or
bro.
Destiny.
It's World
Stop
of Warcraft.
pissing about.
Fuck Destiny off. Destiny's nothing. It's World of Warcraft. It always will be. I'm sorry. It's just better. It's better in
pig-headed, isn't it?
it's better in every single way, and it's got a better longevity, as proven. It's just better. Plus, he hasn't got a controller to fucking play Diablo with. Diablo 4 feels dog shit without a controller. Once I switched to controller to play that, I had such a better experience with it because it feels horrible. Because you have to click everywhere like fucking RuneScape.
Preference.
It's shit. I spoke to Connor about it and he said it's shit. It's a shit way to play it. And then I spoke to the people in the guild and they all said 90% of the people playing this are on controller, even on PC, because the clicking movement, it's the clicking's annoying, but also the actual character movement while you're in combat is janky as fuck. It's so difficult, but once you on controller with them thumbsticks, you hit that sweet spot.
Personal
it's nice.
Preference. I know the
Ain't personal
geezer that I'm
preference.
playing with is playing on PC with a mouse, and I said exactly what you said to me about you finding that annoying. He was like, it's fine for him.
Yeah, well, he's a bell end as well, so don't worry about him.
Once again, your opinion is more important than everybody
My
else's,
opinion,
and your
along
opinion is
with
always right.
The other 90% of the population that have the same opinion is right.
No, you're just a cunt.
No, that's just how it
You're
is.
a pig-headed cunt, and I don't know how Steph puts up with you, and I hope one day she leaves you and you find yourself dead in a bin.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I hope it's a clean bin and I hope it's a recycling bin.
Well, I don't care what you say. I like Diablo. You can eat shit and die.
Yeah. Have I offended your little fucking Diablo
No,
heart?
you're just annoying, aren't you? I
tell
haven't
you-
offended your pissy little game once, and then all of
You
a sudden, just
constantly...
Oh wow!
You constantly...
Wow, it's a far superior game.
It is.
You just can't. It's a bit of longevity. You
It
don't.
does.
You don't have to use the controller. The movement's delicious. I love playing all the raids. I can get mythicy, bificky, and I can get level 486. And if I want to, I can get 487. If I just put in 486 hours extra work.
In 12 months...
fuck off, you cunt.
In 12 months, Diablo 4 will be dead and the World of Warcraft will still be standing.
What, like Diablo 3 was?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. That's
No.
exactly what happened.
No.
What's the date?
Diablo 3
is-
is still going,
It
bro.
is the 16th of June. It is the 16th of June. The 16th of June, 2024. We'll come back to this conversation and then we'll see, unless I'm dead in a bin, and we will see where Diablo 4 is sitting, if it's still fucking sitting, because I don't think it will be.
What do you mean where it's sitting?
Ooh, how it's doing as a game. I just don't think many people will be bothered by it.
But why?
The hype will wear off, man. You got to remember, most of the people playing fucking Diablo are World of Warcraft players. They'll go back to what is right.
Thank God for World of Warcraft players.
That's what I'm saying.
Why do you feel the incessive need to just constantly compare everything to that fucking game?
Because it's one of the best games in the
All
world.
right, good for you.
And it's made by
Who
the same
gives
people.
a fuck? Who cares? You've said it yourself. Diablo is not the same sort of game. So why are you comparing it so incessively?
It's an awful game. Diablo 4 is an awful game.
Okay.
So boring.
Okay.
Just getting loot constantly.
Yeah.
Loot and money.
Mm-hmm.
So boring.
What are you getting in? Wow.
Loot and money.
You are a soppy cunt.
Yeah. All right. That's that then.
Yeah, I need a piss. I probably won't be here next week. I might be. Just depends.
No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, I know.
No one cares.
I know.
Absolutely no one cares.
I know.
Right. With that note, we're going to go and do the money makers.
Yeah, boy.
See you later, everyone. Hooroo.
All right.